1400 years ago, a group of men listened to the Qur'an being recited, and then they dismissed all of it in just 4 words. This is nothing but a fabrication. ما سمعنا بهذا في الملة الآخرة إن هذا إلا اختلاق. اختلاق meaning fabricated, invented, or made up. But there is something they didn't notice about the word they chose. اختلاق is built from the exact same 3 letters that the Qur'an uses 260 other times to describe the most deliberate, most precisely created things in existence. They reached for the word for creation and used it to accuse the Creator. Root 16. خَلَقَ. Let's follow this root through its 8 forms, and by the end you will see exactly why that one word was an ironic choice. We usually translate this root in one flat English word, create. This translation quietly loses an important idea. In Arabic, خَلَقَ carries the sense of something being brought into being according to a measure, not just made but proportioned, determined, giving exactly the form it was meant to have. The same root was once used for something much more hands-on, cutting and smoothing leather to an exact intended shape. The Qur'an shares this idea directly. In Surah Al-Furqan, Allah khalaqa created everything. Then we immediately have the second phrase and determined it with precise determination. وَخَلَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. Creation and determination side by side, making sure you know this creation is determined and not accidental. This is important because we are about to watch this root play out across your entire life. The word that appears most often from this root, خَلَقَ. خَلَقَ. خَلَقَ means he created. The Qur'an uses it over and over to describe you. Before you had a face, before you had a name, before you had a single memory. Surah Al-Mu'minun walks through it stage by stage. A drop placed in a secure resting place. ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاهُ نُطْفَةً فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ. Then خَلَقْنَا, we created that drop into a clinging form. ثُمَّ خَلَقْنَا النُّطْفَةَ عَلَقَةً. Then into a lump of flesh. Then the lump into bones. Then flesh wrapped over the bones. فَخَلَقْنَا الْعَلَقَةَ مُضْغَةً فَخَلَقْنَا الْمُضْغَةَ عِظَامًا فَكَسَوْنَا الْعِظَامَ لَحْمًا. And in the end, the Qur'an states, then we brought it into being as a new creation. ثُمَّ أَنشَأْنَاهُ خَلْقًا آخَرَ. Every stage is named, nothing skipped or rushed into a single moment. That's what this root does. It describes things being created, measured out in a determined order. After describing the stages of human creation, Allah said, so glorious is Allah, the best of the creators. And this verb isn't only for your beginning. In Surah Ali Imran, Allah uses this word to describe the very first human, Adam, formed from dust, and draws a direct comparison between that beginning and the miraculous birth of Jesus. إِنَّ مَثَلَ عِيسَى عِنْدَ اللَّهِ كَمَثَلِ آدَمَ خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. The next word, خالق. خالق. خالق means creator. This is not an action anymore, but a name that occurs 12 times in the Quran describing Allah. In Surah Az-Zumar, Allah said, Allahu khaliqu kulli shay'. Allah is the creator of all things. But Surah Al-Hashr does something richer. it places خالق alongside with two more names of Allah, Al-Bari' and Al-Musawwir, which means the originator and the fashioner. Three names placed together, each revealing something different about the act of creation. And then there is the intensified form, خلاق, خلاق, appearing 2 times in the Qur'an. This is not just a creator, but the one who is ever creating, the supreme creator. Arabic has some special patterns. Each of these patterns have specific meanings. The word that we just learned now, خلاق, is on the pattern of فعال, which gives the sense of the action being repetitive and stronger. Don't worry about the 3 letters فعل. They are just being used as a placeholder which we can replace with any root. Because our root is خلاق, we are going to replace fa with kha, ayn with lam, lam with qaf. So فعال will be خلاق. Or what we did is add shadda for the second root letter and alif after the second root letter. This form is called صيغة المبالغة. It's a pattern in Arabic that makes the meaning stronger or repetitive, and it helps explain why the names of Allah have such a powerful meaning. Let's now see some more examples from this pattern, and they are all names of Allah. The first root, غافر. غافر is the one who forgives. If we put it on the form فعال, it's gonna be shadda on the second root letter and alif after it, so it's gonna be غفار, which means the one who forgives abundantly, repeatedly, and that is why Allah has this name, Al-Ghaffar. Another example is رازق. رازق is the one who provides, but رزاق is the one who provides abundantly and continuously. And that is why Ar-Razzaq is one of the names of Allah. As you saw, this pattern was used for names of Allah like Ghaffar, Razzaq, Tawwab, Wahhab, Fattah, Jabbar. This was to emphasize the vastness and the perfection of these qualities. The pattern draws attention to how strong or repetitive these attributes are. With today's root, خالق, خالق is a creator, but خلاق is the one who continuously, abundantly creates. From the act of creating comes the word خلق. خلق. خلق is creation or the thing that was created. Surah Al-Nazi'at uses this word to end an argument to people who mocked the idea of being raised again after death. Allah asks, are you a harder creation or the sky? He built it. أأنتم أشد خلقا أم السماء بناها. They doubt that God can recreate something as small as themselves, while standing beneath something as vast as the sky. The next word is مخلقة. مخلقة means shaped. Within the process of creation, the Qur'an has a specific word in Surah Al-Hajj when describing the stage of human development. A lump of flesh مخلقة وغير مخلقة, formed and not yet formed. Some of it complete and some of it incomplete. ثم من مضغة مخلقة وغير مخلقة لنبين لكم. That idea of being in progress doesn't stop there, because there is still part of you that is not fully formed, which is خلق. خلق. خلق is your nature, your character. Allah describes the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam by saying, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. And indeed, you are of a great moral character. Of everything that could have been said about him in that moment, the verse reaches for khuluq, morals, character. Your khalq, your creation, was determined for you before you had any say in it at all, while your khuluq, your character, is being formed right now, today, by you. Then the Quran introduces another kind of measure, not your body, not your character, but something waiting on the other side of all of this. Khalaq. Khalaq. Khalaq means a share or a portion of good, specifically a portion of good in the hereafter. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah warns us about people who ask only for this world. They will have no khalaq, no share in the other life. فَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. And notice the idea hiding in the vocabulary. It's from the same root which carries the idea that your portion in the next life isn't luck or a lottery, but something precisely determined. Which brings us all the way back to the 4 words, the accusation that this is nothing but a fabrication. The Quran answers that accusation with the same root, using it again and again to describe things that could have not come from human knowledge 1400 years ago, like the stages of human development. So, look at the full shape of this root, start to finish. From your creation into a human being, the sky being held above, your character being formed one decision at a time, a share of the next life already being allotted. Next lesson, we will cover a root that shows up on nearly every page of the Quran. If you don't want to miss it, this is a good time to subscribe. And before you go, tell me in the comments which word from this root surprised you the most. Don't forget to leave a like and comment to support the channel. Assalamu alaikum. Class dismissed.